It is 6:01 p.m. and on Monday, May 20th, I'm calling this meeting of the Franklin Public Library Board of Trustees meeting to order. I will, that's what my phone says, 6:01, sorry. All right. Roll call, Anne Maria Klubgia.
Present.
Judy Williams-Kalaki is excused. Mike Karlevitz.
Here.
Terry Barris is excused. Annalie Bennon is excused. Ellen Alexandrovich is excused. Doris Weber.
Here.
And Michelle Eichmann.
Here.
All right, thank you everyone for making the effort to be here tonight. We have a few visitors in the form of our librarians to tell us about the awesome summer they have planned. So, Brittany, since you walked in first, you can go first.
Yeah, so Sarah and I think we have a really fun, very busy summer reading. Our goal was to have something offered every single day, so Monday through Friday. Thursdays are technically our quiet week, but that's when we would put our kids out, so almost 5 days a week. We're going to start off the summer reading with a fairy tale ball, which is going to be after hours.
Ooh.
We are very excited about this. Pretty much we're going to kick everyone out. The DJ is going to come set up. Our princesses will be arriving. We're going to put them all around the library to kind of break up so there's not congestion, which is nice. So last time we did this, it was anxiety 101 because we had over 400 people and we had to think very quickly on our feet of where we were going to move all these people to meet these princesses. So
Good
we're
idea.
expecting, again, around 400, probably more people coming. Excited, but again, the anxiety is we're going to survive this. We are going to survive this. But we're going to have music blasting through the library. We are going to have crafts and activities, I believe, in our Phaedro room. So it's going to be a very fun night, expecting a very good turnout, especially because there's going to be a free meet and greet. We have our traditional programs of Rise and Shine Story Time, Sensory Playtime, Music and Motion for our littles Monday through Wednesdays. We are flipping in an art play, which is going to be an open-ended concept. We're going to be outside. They're going to dress for a mess. This is going to be allowing for paint, other exploration. But this one, I think, it's going to be kind of one activity. So they can come, they can play, they can do their mess, and then they can go, versus our sensory playtime where we have multiple stations going on. We are looking at, Mondays are our grades 1st through 5th. These were very popular last year. We filled up, I think, within between 10 to 30 minutes within opening. And we had quite a few complaints of, we want to go into your programs, but they fill up so fast. Sarah and I are trying to combat that by opening only 2 weeks before the program.
Right.
So that would hopefully eliminate people who sign up for everything and then they don't come to it.
That's a good idea.
It's more like, oh, we can make this, or oh, we can't make that one. We are also offering a 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, so offering up more spots, especially since we are paying for people coming in. The one that we are really excited about is our bricks and minifigs. I went down and met with the owner. We had a lovely chat. She is doing this for free for us. So one of our regulars actually works there. He's going to come in and run the program. It sounds like it's going to be a beautiful partnership because she said as long as if she's taking back the Legos, she doesn't see about, at this time, charging us.
Okay.
So we are already talking about fall program ideas, like a Halloween or a Christmas holiday program. Janice is going to be doing our kids paint and sip, which we're also excited about. She's kind of done a program like this for the adults, but we're focusing down on the kids for that. So excited to see how that 1st through 5th, and if these slight changes in offering more kind of gets more people through the door and calms down the filling up so quickly. We are also doing our family programs, interactive movies. These have pulled in people. We've noticed that, you remember Frozen, 200 people kind of deal, we're seeing a trend where we weren't getting as many people, especially right around COVID, so we were trying to figure out how to bring people back in for our movies, especially for kids kids use a lot of streaming now, so they're like, oh, I go to the library kind of feel for that.
Mm-hmm.
Interactive movies have really brought people back in for us because they can interact with the movie in different ways. I just watched both of these, currently creating the interactive list, so families really like that. We tend to then throw the movies out afterwards, so then if they weren't able to attend, they can hopefully either rent a movie or they stream it, they can come and get the bag, if kids are available. Tiny Tots Olympics, we're going to essentially set up an Olympic course for those
Nice.
littles. We're bringing back performers, so we're going to see how that goes. We've kind of taken it's been 5 years, like with a touch here and there of performers. Miller and Mike's been here many times, so we're having them back, and Emily's 4. I think I was pregnant last time. 5 years? 5, 6
Weren't
Wow.
they
years?
here last year?
Mm-mm. We haven't had them in a long time. Professor Tony's new. Mad Science has been here. Partnering up with the fire department and the police department. Games with Cops is a popular program. In January, we get a good turnout. We got this brilliant idea of like, well, why don't we just do games with heroes? We've already gotten the okay with both departments. It's going to potentially maybe see if the fire department can, I don't know, spray water for the kids to do a sprinkler system, but I don't know how that affects water bills for the community of Franklin. So I can throw it out.
They won't be that much.
We can see. I think they would have a blast. I think the kids would like
Oh, yeah.
lose their marbles if they got to play in a fire department sprinkler. So we're gonna talk with them and see.
At the burn camp, we do a slip and slide, a
With-
bubble one that the fire department hooks up their hose, and with dish soap they make a slip and slide with just they actually buy tarps or like the old billboards,
Okay.
and they put them down, and the fire department opens up their hoses from the truck, and with soap they make foam, like huge foaming bubble like slide.
Well, and they're
Wow.
there, so if there's injuries, then that's
Right.
That's the only thing is I always have these grand plans, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Liability.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
you're doing
want
it
that
at the burn
liability. But I'm gonna outreach to see if there's something of that possibility. No promises, but I know we've been talking to Jennifer. We're gonna get some lawn games out there. We're gonna have, I think, the Phaedro with indoor games. So if it's really hot, they can go through there. I have a feeling that the mixture might be fire department outside because they're not gonna have all their gear on. Where police have their vest and everything, unless they come in their non-work. So it gives them the option also to move around if it's hot or cold, and whatnot. Bingo and blankets. Our bingo program was Squishmallow Bingo was very, very popular. In the spring, I think we had over 200 people. Doris, were you there for that one?
Nope, that one. Wait. Yes, I think my children were there.
You weren't.
Yeah.
We were anticipating 100, and I think we got 175. We were having to go get like backup bingo cards. So we're gonna do it outside, and we're gonna get the tear-off ones that come in like a pack of 300 to combat that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are actually Grandma's Ice Cream Treats is going to actually outreach to us and what's to partner, so they're going to actually come on that day and hand out treats while we have bingo. And then we have our sensory sprouts and maker squares that are going out, kind of our traditional, and then Busy Bingo. So we're very excited. Our intern starts next week, and so we like to throw them in the deep end and say, you got to swim, no floaties.
Look at all those partnerships and community outreaches.
Exactly.
His name is Ross Johnson. He is at the Marquette School.
Library.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah,
the
he's going
debate.
to library school. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be really fun. He has a man bun, so we told Sam that he might have competition. 'Cause they both look like they have curly hair. So I think it's gonna be. We're excited. He seemed very excited to come
Great.
on board with us. And
Yay.
any questions, ideas?
So is there a max capacity at all for the princess?
What's the max capacity for the library building?
So it'd be
be
like an
pretty-
open house, so you can.
Yeah,
stop
I
in.
don't think we would hit that.
I probably need
Because
to.
it's like 300 and something in the Phaedra room alone.
I'm just
so-
thinking, I'm just thinking there's still room, so it's not like a sign up thing.
No, that's where my anxiety comes in a little bit because
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I need to talk to Maureen and be like, we might need help. We might need it
We
like,
are gonna have help that
Yeah.
night, yeah, there's gonna be,
I'll be there too.
yeah.
okay. Oh,
I'll be here, Laurel will be here,
Yeah, I may bring my granddaughter.
Yeah.
What's the capacity on the programs?
Um,
Like for just one session of them?
they range from 30 to 60 depending on who's providing them. Obviously, in Crayola Imagine is a little bit because of the materials they need. They're going to be making their own clay habitat.
Ooh.
So that one, they said, they're like 15 to 20. We're like, can't do that at that price. And I said, what if we do 30? And he's like, if we have help. And I'm like, you got it. We have an intern, we have a librarian. Like, we can throw people bodies in.
Nice.
I think I'm also going to outreach to the police department and give them a heads up for the fairy tale ball that there will probably be
Yep.
a very large capacity of people coming in. And if it's busy and see them migrating over there, because I think, isn't Trunk and Treat like parking, that similar style, like they're parking like down towards the condos kind of deal?
Oh,
yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
If you keep it in here, I mean, I know, the princesses will be, I think, Cinderella, Maribel, because there's a large appeal of Maribel. Tiana, so we have not had Tiana here, and she has a ball. So we're trying to do ones that there's like dancing specifically. There's one more. Who is it? I'm going through my list. I just planned out a bunch of activities for it. Tiana.
What color dress? Can you picture the
I know. I'm
color?
like,
Yeah.
I'm like Tiana because I was talking about
Is the green one?
Cinderella.
Is the blue one?
Is it just Maribel?
Aurora?
No. It's just those three. I thought there was a fourth one. I'll remember the minute I walk in, and I'll just yell back when you guys are talking. It's Maribel! And you're like, oh, there was a random. So, their activities and everything else will be focused on those things
Sure.
that they're like, so.
Very good.
Oh, Elsa and Anna.
Oh. Well, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. I was like, oh, why? That doesn't make sense. I wouldn't only have 3 people come for this. So the double whammy because we haven't had both Elsa and Anna.
Whoa.
Fun.
Nice.
So very excited, very. So
Very cool.
Hey, thank you.
thank you. If you have any questions, you can shoot them to Jennifer and I can answer them.
For sure. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Down, if you wouldn't mind, just take one and pass it.
I actually have one at home, but yes, here, here's.
All right, so we also have a lot going on this
Yes.
summer with the teens, more I think than we've ever had for the summer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, starting right away, June 1st, we're tagging on with Jennifer's headshots. And the afternoon is going to be for teens,
Nice.
which, as you know, for our purpose is grades 6 through 12. And I sent that flyer and information to the National Honor Society
Oh.
head, who I have a relationship with because I figured those kids might be interested.
Yeah.
So,
Very nice.
yeah, so we'll see. And then right away, June 3rd, we're doing rainbow wearable crafts. Oh, and I will say that the teens are also following the children's with the 2 weeks before the program registration.
Oh, smart.
Yes.
Yeah, because I like to
I
keep
like
it
that.
like
Tighter.
similar anyway, and also I'm hoping to combat the register and don't show up situation. So yeah, rainbow wearable crafts are going to be making really cute rainbow pom-pom crowns and bracelets and fun stuff. A newer thing that we have is we actually had a teen approach us about starting a book club. Like she wants to run the whole thing, and they had their first meeting in May, in the beginning of May. And so it was a total of 4, which I told her, I was like, for the first one,
Yeah.
that's great. For the first one especially, that's wonderful. Like, keep going. So we kind of committed through the summer, and then we'll kind of see where things are at, and hopefully keep it going, because the thing with teen book clubs is that I would love to, I've always wanted to have one, but teens do not want to sit in a room with me and talk about
Yeah.
books. So if it's a teen who's running it, I think that, and they're choosing their own books. I'm just kind of, I'm sponsoring it almost, you know, it's like they're taking care of it. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm excited for it. And then kind of our more traditional summer reading kickoff is Spin Art is coming back. You may have seen him around. He's at Summerfest and all sorts of places, and we've had him for a number of years, and it's always a really fun time. So he's coming back. We'll hopefully be doing it outside, but if the weather's not great, we'll do it in the Create Space. And then we are doing something super
All
exciting.
family.
Yes. So we're doing all family Nerf Wars. And this is actually the same night as the Princess
Right.
Ball,
Yeah.
but afterwards.
Whoa.
We'll clean up, we're gonna clean up after the princesses. And then-
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So this is
That's
for...
gonna be a long day for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it will.
Why did
It's
you
a
decide
Friday.
to do it the same day?
Well,
Well.
it's funny you should say that because...
We had a little crisis.
Well, luckily it all turned out okay, but you know, we rarely do after hours. So they were setting theirs up, and Jennifer and I were setting up the all family Nerf Wars,
And we
and we
didn't
found out
realize
it was at the exact same
Oh
time.
my gosh.
But we were like, okay. The Nerf
What can
Wars
we
is
do?
easier to change, so luckily the Nerf guy was like, not a problem.
Oh, good.
So, whew. But I think I actually like it more like 8 to 9:30 because it kind of
Yeah.
It's
And
those
it
little
also-
kids in bed.
Mhm.
Gives it that older kid feel.
Exactly. It's a little more exciting, I feel like.
Is that outside?
That will be inside. That will be inside. Yeah,
So
which
much
we
more fun
did.
inside.
Yeah.
Lights
Yeah.
out.
Wow.
That might be a little too much fun.
Liability.
Yeah, right? But we did this back in January.
Yeah.
And it was super fun. Like it was, and the kids were all so good. Like
Can I come without my kids?
Right?
Right.
I know. I'll join you, right?
Our kids are over there, I swear. I swear.
They'll never know. It's mine right there.
But they were so good. Like I really didn't know what to expect. And we had like a chair ended up overturned, and that was it. Like nothing got broken. Like
They're-
you know, I
They were
had
really good.
yeah, I had a nightmare of like you know they knock
Knock over the shelves.
Yes, exactly. You know.
I like the ding ding ding.
Right? But not
Dominoes.
even close. They were so good. So this will be for ages 9 and up. But it's for all ages essentially.
Wow,
over
so
9.
how many people do you allow registration for?
So the Nerf guy said that since it's all family, we can go up to 50. But
Okay.
I'm actually I reached out to because I had a meeting with Trevor, who is kind of the program manager at the YMCA, just over
The
that way.
Rock.
Oh, the rock.
Yeah.
Near the rock,
Okay.
yeah. And he mentioned that they have like obstacle courses they can bring out and stuff like that, and that they're always looking for community, like ways to partner in the community. And I'm like,
Oh.
great. So I have to double check my email, but he said that they can come and assist.
Oh.
So I'm thinking that we can probably up the registration
Nice.
because
Double outreach.
yeah.
Bonus points on your goals.
Yeah, right. I know. But the Nerf guy was more worried about just keeping eyes on everyone.
Yeah.
So if there's another adult who's helping, I think he'll be okay with expanding it.
Gotcha.
And then we are bringing back the same person who did our teen self-defense workshop last summer. She was good, so we will be doing that. And then outdoor movie night is happening on Friday, June 21st. And we're looking for teen volunteers to help set up and run things, as well as just, attend. So we've got some fun ideas for that. Then I'm doing a blacklight paint and sip for teens. And that's going to be in the Create Space. Block all the windows. Get
Do you have black lights already?
Mhm.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
gonna say otherwise I have a bunch if you need.
Oh, do you
more.
really?
I do.
I could actually.
Okay, I've got extras I'll bring in.
I can definitely use those to borrow them. That would be wonderful. Because the more, the better. But I'm doing 2 sections of that because in the Create Space we can comfortably fit probably about 30 or
Mhm.
around that. So I'm doing it twice to kind
I
of
saw that, yeah.
yeah.
That's a
And I've
great
done that
idea.
in the past, and that works well to do it for an hour, reset, do it for another
Mhm.
hour. Then we've got a couple take-home kits
Mhm.
planned. One for the week of 4th of July because lots of people tend to go out of town. So we're doing seashell wind chimes, which I think are pretty cool. I would make one of those. And then so July 9th on the back page here, I'm very excited about this program because this one we are partnering with the health department.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because Ellen over at the health department,
Smoothie smash.
her
yum.
undergraduate degree was in nutrition.
Mm.
So she loves like any opportunity to kind of like teach about healthy eating. So it's going to be kind of like teams. They get a bunch of ingredients and they make smoothies. And I'm going to borrow blenders from people I haven't asked yet, but I'm sure people will bring in blenders.
Let me know.
Let me know. I can bring one in for that too.
Place on Highway 100 is a smoothie place.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's a good idea.
They're always looking for.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, they've got
Okay.
Corey's
Yeah.
Maybe they'll
Maybe
donate
it's-
ingredients.
Oh.
Yeah.
He donated some gift cards last
They
year.
did, yeah.
Oh, you could.
Maybe some ingredients
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
or
must-
some.
Blenders.
or blenders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To use for the
Awesome.
use
That's a
for
great
that
idea.
thing.
But that's going to be super fun. They're going to kind of do, put together their own recipes and then do a little taste test. And Ellen's going to give kind of a, fun presentation on healthy eating in general and have some nice recipes to take home. And then top scorers will win smoothie tumblers, which are all the rage now. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
very generous with the top scorers,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
lots of kids will get smoothie tumblers. We're doing another teen service day on a Thursday morning, and those have been good. We usually get about 15 kids volunteering
Nice.
for a couple hours, which I think is pretty good.
And what kind of projects?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you anticipate them doing this summer?
Yeah, so we just had one at the beginning of
Yeah,
May.
you did. Yeah.
And it's usually just kind of like whatever needs to be done.
Okay.
We've done bigger projects in the past, like partnering again with the health department. Like they brought in barrels.
The barrels, I
to
remember.
paint.
Yeah.
The last couple times we've kind of stuck more to just kind of like what needs to be done around the library.
Okay.
Like we had kids weeding and
Gotcha.
doing things like that,
Okay.
cutting.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else. There was lots of stuff. Cleaning toys in the
Yeah,
green
yeah,
space.
okay.
This time they folded like
Gotcha.
1,000 of these for me, so that was good.
Yeah. Okay.
So just kind of whatever
Okay.
we have.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
then they get pizza and
Sure.
then I'll
Nice.
sign their forms for their service hours. We're doing another tie-dye program, which is always a fun time.
Mhm.
Doing beach towels again because last year I did t-shirts. So trying to switch it up, kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
So we'll do beach towels again, and have some ice cream, and we're talking about getting a cooler, a branded Franklin Library cooler, so we can even have our ice cream stay cold. Because normally I just kind of wheel it out and like
Right.
let nature take its course and they eat it. And
That's a good idea, especially if you end up using the.
I know for the freezy pops.
Yes, that
and,
was
and
the
the
main
National
reason.
Night Out and all,
Yes.
all the things.
Yeah.
It would get good use.
Yeah.
That was the
sell
main
bottles
idea.
of water out of it for $1.
Yeah.
Extra money.
Yeah. That's what we want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, at the concerts. Let's see what else. Teen Anime Afternoon. I've been doing that kind of quarterly,
Mhm.
and usually get a decent turnout. It's always kind of fun to go to the Asian supermarket and pick out just kind of fun, neat
Yeah.
little things for them to try. And the kids who come get a big kick out of it. This last time I only ran it was an hour and a half, and I was like, well, technically we're done right now, but I'd be happy to play another episode. I'm going to be cleaning up, but you guys are welcome to stay. And one kid said, well, I will never say no to anime.
That's cute. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Another takeout kit
Mhm.
towards the end of July when things are kind of waning. Wooden backpack tag. To kind of decorate your own backpack tag, getting ready for the school year. And then right after summer reading, so the last day of summer reading is August 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, August 2nd. And then the date we got for the library fundraiser with the milkmen is August 4th. So that worked out pretty well. So we're gonna do kind of a closing like celebration, and anyone who participated in summer reading will be invited onto the field, which we've done before, to just be celebrated for their reading, and hopefully we sell a lot of 50-50 raffle tickets again, because that was a good fundraiser.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot going on. A lot going on this summer with the teens.
Yeah, that's a
Wow. Fun
Yeah,
stuff.
good.
Busy. Any questions?
looks
Good luck
great.
Did
to
have a
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you, yes.
I can't remember.
It is a mix of
Oh.
people coming in to do things.
Right.
And things
Yes.
that I have to
Yeah.
do, so I try to mix it up like that.
I do have a question.
Yes.
The books for the teen book club are not on the website, or they're not where I thought they would be. And the concern is that we're already at the end of May, and
Yes.
in order for my girls to have the books read,
Yep, yes.
if you could
and-
encourage her to get those out so that
Yes.
the participants could be prepared.
Yes, and I'm actually need to email her because she sent out, because I asked her, I was like, so what's the next book? And she's like, well, we're gonna decide. And I'm like, okay, just let me know.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna try to get that ASAP.
Yeah,
They might
yeah.
still, they did the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And they might still be talking about
Oh,
the
okay.
Hunger Games still, but I'm
Gotcha.
gonna clarify with her and
Gotcha.
get that on
Okay.
the website.
Okay.
And try to encourage her to
Yeah.
think more like ahead.
Yeah.
And then once we kind of get rolling,
Yeah.
I might even
Just
encourage
have her
her
to
to
have
like
the
pick
adults.
It, exactly.
Yeah.
Like pick it
Yeah.
ahead of time.
Yeah.
And just like lay it out for the next.
Because
few
especially if
months.
she's doing it in the school year, and the kids are reading stuff for school, they'll need more time.
Yes, exactly. No, that is 100% of my radar.
Yay. Okay. Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thanks. I'm excited. We'll see how it all goes.
Oh, it'll be wonderful. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Fun
Good
stuff.
luck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not 100% sure. Is Carrie going to be able to come?
I think so. I'll go let her know. Because
Okay.
I can sit on
We'll
the
just
desk for.
continue
for a few
on
minutes.
and
Yeah.
Can you?
I'll,
just
I was gonna
mangle
say,
fish? Yes.
yeah, get my goldfish going here.
Thank you. What a fun treat. Where did you
I think
Reese local-
Walmart.
oh.
Yeah. Okay, well, why don't we just, Jennifer, do you want to just tell us about that donation? It's
Oh,
a cute little story.
yeah. Gentleman came in one day and asked for the library director and said he had a donation for the library. So I came out and he handed me a check for $500 and said his mom in her bill specified that the library get $500.
Ah,
Isn't that sweet?
very.
Yeah. And so I asked, of course, did Jennifer know this patron? And she said she
I
recognized.
recognize the name, but I can't put a face
Right.
to
Yeah.
her. But
Yeah.
she was 90 something. I think that they probably were getting books and taking them to her.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
Well, very
Very
nice.
thoughtful.
That's always nice too.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Yeah.
The fact that she actually wrote it in,
I
that's
know.
pretty amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at the minutes because I know there is one change to the minutes. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
You did an awesome job, Annie. That's not.
No, obviously.
But you forgot one thing apparently. So
Yes.
where is it, Jennifer?
Discussion
or-
and approval of a budget amendment, moving 1,000 from Fund 16 to balance fund.
That same thing got us again, huh?
So I listened to the
Oh,
recording.
gotcha. So it's just the motion is missing there.
So I
Gotcha.
listened to the recording and it was Annie who made the motion and Doris you seconded it.
Okay.
So I was going to add.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And so is there anything else on the minutes that anybody noticed?
Nope, I didn't even catch that.
All right, come on in, we're just gonna approve the minutes and then you can talk. So I will make the motion to approve the minutes with that one correction.
Second.
Mike and Maria and Mike, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? Motion carries. All right, Carrie.
Hello,
If you want to
everybody.
have a seat, you can.
I'll just stand.
Excellent.
I'll make it quick because I have a program going on and
Oh.
I'm at the desk. So,
Wow. Okay.
so we have a lot going on this summer for adults. I'm very excited about some of the things that we have going on.
You know, you have a kid pamphlet in your hand. right?
Shoot, I do. And you know what? I don't know why I grabbed that one. Whoops.
It's okay.
We're just gonna switch that.
Just yeah.
Okay, here we go. I even made the pamphlet and then grabbed the wrong one. So we have our regular programming that we have all year round, our movies, our book clubs, our craft program, and we're doing a cooking program each month during the summer, which we don't usually do. And Sam and I are gonna be doing June and July, which will be really fun. And then Sarah's coming back in August because she's done with summer.
Right.
So we're doing 3. But we're also doing some new programming. A lot of it is craft related because crafts programs are
That's
so
what everybody
very
wants.
popular. So I'm doing a take and make every month. So it's an adult
Yes.
take and make. It's the last Friday of each month. They can come pick up the kits and take it home. We did it last year and it was quite
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah.
We had a lot of people who were very happy with it and would like to have it more often.
Okay.
Sam's doing his tech programs every month, like he normally does. And then I'm also, the 2 Saturdays that I'm working, 2 of the Saturdays I'm working, I'm doing a Saturday morning craft and sip. And I'm kind of like cleaning out the craft closet and trying to use up some of our extra supplies.
Yeah.
But we're also going to offer hot and iced coffee.
Ooh.
So hopefully that'll be a time where people
Entice.
just come in and, you know, just like have fun crafting. We'll see how it goes. I know like weekends and nights in the summer are really hard
Yeah.
because people are busy. So we'll see how it goes. And I don't think it'll be like no skin off my back.
Right.
Just setting out the crafts with directions. Hoping we use up some of our extra supplies and toss
Yeah.
in some coffee. If nobody drinks it, I will. So, so I think it'll be fun. We are doing on the back. I'm very excited about the citizen science program. I got the binoculars in. I'm doing my training right now. I was telling Jennifer.
Tell them what you have to do. This is
So I have to
great.
go through a training module where it's like an individual because you can like do this on your own, right?
Right. Right.
But before I can like get to the training module for libraries, I have to do. So you like go through and they explain everything, and you take these quizzes, and then you have to actually participate in 2 citizen science programs,
Yes.
right? So I did this stalled. So it's figuring out whether blood vessels are stalled or flowing in the brains of rats. You watch these like little movies, and you see if you can identify in this circled area if there's like a black spot where it's like stalled. And this is for Alzheimer's research.
Oh wow.
And apparently it's like their biggest project, like all over the world. There's like tens of thousands of people that do this on a regular basis.
Wow.
So I did that, and I was okay at it. I was like, I don't see it. I don't see it. So, but now I have to go sit outside and count squirrels.
What?
Sweet.
That's close. I was thinking bird watching.
Yeah, I mean,
Come to my house.
I know I have a million too. And
Okay.
I get like, I'm like, I have to like. I sit outside for 15 minutes.
How do I
and-
know if I'm counting the same one?
Right. Yes. And then
Yeah.
you're supposed to snap a picture of
Your
it.
neighbors might be looking at you a little uniquely.
Yes, I know. So I was like, I can't even do it today because it's raining.
Right.
And like, I've never seen anything but like a gray squirrel in Wisconsin. Like,
We have that albino one that lives.
Yeah, that lives in the park.
Oh, really?
Actually,
There's
I
one
haven't
every-
seen it this season.
darn it, 'cause
Aw,
that would be
Madison has-
amazing.
yeah,
We don't
Madison
even have
has
a
black
category for
squirrels.
that.
Yeah.
Madison has black squirrels.
Really?
Well, I'm not going there.
I've never seen
We have
that.
a. So,
I
Hannah
see the
watched
gray.
us, too.
You occasionally see a red squirrel around.
Really? I don't know if I've ever seen a red squirrel.
there's got to be because we have some interesting thing going on in our yard with
Well,
the
then you
gray
take a
body
picture.
and the red tail.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you
I'm
know
like,
who's been coming around this area lately too? I haven't seen her. Penelope.
The white deer.
Oh, the white deers
Yeah,
in a
she's
nice
been doing
area.
it around
Albino
District 2 a
deer.
lot.
She's
Yeah.
all over the place.
Whoa.
I think she's
What's
trying to
with
make her way
Franklin
to
and
City
all the
Hall.
albino animals? That's crazy.
Well, she's from Oak Creek, but she's been
she's
visiting
from
us.
Oak
I think
Creek.
her destination
I know.
is City Hall to put in a complaint, but she said
Maybe
Well,
I
good
should go
luck.
in the park and see if I can see
no,
those
because she's the
animals.
famous Oak Creek deer. Like she's been around forever.
But the squirrels live here.
The squirrels, yeah. But
Yeah, go to the park.
She's albino.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
On your
didn't
lunch
think
break,
about that.
if you just
Yeah.
have to,
There you
you
go.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, I have to do that before I can move
Can,
on.
like-
I'm like, really?
My cousin counts fire ants for a living,
Oh
so
gosh.
Really?
and
I
she
would
makes
never
a lot of money
Be
doing
able to
it,
do
but
that
yeah.
because I would lose count.
I know,
I'd be
right?
like, oh no. What is she
I'm
do if
sure she has a
loses count?
clicker or something that
But,
count,
like-
you know, like
She marks
But like
them each.
staring at those little things,
I
I,
don't
would be
know.
like, oh no.
I
Oh
think
And they
no.
don't go in a
Where
straight
did I
line.
leave
right?
out?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I don't
wish
know if
so.
you have to try to. I don't know. I don't know how she does it.
Funny.
So we're having our
Very
kickoff
fun.
on Monday the 3rd. This is for everybody, all families.
All
It has to be an adult to check out you have to be an adult to check out the kit.
Gotcha.
But it is for families to do this together. It's for senior. It's for everybody. Anybody can do it, right? Part of citizen science is that you don't need any kind of special scientific training. Citizens can do their part to help these massive
Fun.
research projects. So it's
Very
really
cool.
cool.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard of
I
it.
knew about the Citizens FBI thing, but I didn't know about
I
this.
don't know about that, but
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if I want to be a part
This
of
sounds
that.
like it might be safe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
This sounds like my kids could enjoy it.
Yeah,
A
so we'll be doing the Observing Pollinators program.
So cool.
And we've got 10 kits that we're going to check out. And anybody who has a valid McFliss library card can check out these kits. They do
Okay.
not have to be
Oh,
Franklin
fun.
residents. So just as long as they have a valid library card.
So it's an ongoing thing, but kicking off then.
Kicking off then, yeah, and obviously it's very hard to observe pollinators in the winter. But this program, as long as they continue to do this research, we can continue to have these kits for as long as they do the research.
Gotcha.
And then possibly we can repurpose some of the things in the kits for another project.
Right.
Or put it in the collection.
Right.
So, and the foundation was awesome to give us the money for the kits.
Yay.
Cool.
Yes. So I'm hoping it'll be popular, but not too popular that people will be like, I can't get a kit. Because then we might have to ask the foundation for more money for more kits.
How much were the kids?
Actually, for 10 kits, it was like
It's a little
$400.
under 500.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I found some good deals on some decent binoculars and stuff. So
If we bought like what they suggested, it was going to be more, but Carrie,
yeah,
You did some
I,
digging,
I,
yeah.
yeah, I looked for better deals than they're just
Sure.
linked
Right.
stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So, and then I hope this program will be popular. I feel like it
This
really
one
will.
looks interesting.
The history of the Mitchell Park Domes.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
And
I know
you know,
Paula. She's so
is she good?
She is.
She's very sweet to work with.
She is. Yes.
I think people will be interested because there's so much going on
Yeah.
around the future of the domes.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that people will come and maybe. I love the domes so much.
Yes.
I don't want them to go
I
away.
know, right?
And I'm always like, oh no. Every time they have an update, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
don't. This is not gonna.
I like a lot of things in the city too, that where they'll have free days for the museum, or
Yes.
free days for the dome, so
I
it's,
think
you know,
they do.
promote when the stuff is free, then it'll get people to go out there.
Right.
They
But do
have
we
far
have-
less at the domes. They used to do it
Used to
every
be
Monday.
Mondays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
But they stopped that. I
Yeah.
think it's just like
Maybe once a
here and
month.
there, there's a free day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I went
Um,
when they opened the train.
Oh,
I got the passes for here.
I was going to say
And
we
went,
have passes.
Yeah,
right?
to the train thing, and like I went last year too, and lines were out the
I know.
door.
I know.
So I
Crazy.
love seeing that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, yeah.
Good deal.
And then finally in August, we are bringing Alicia Barber back. She's done our cookie decorating programs the past probably year now. She's super popular.
Yeah.
I sat in on one of her classes, and she's very good, and it was very fun, and everybody was really having a great time. So we're going to bring her back in August. She's going to do two different days, so people can register for one.
Nice.
Yeah,
Did you have any complaints when it was a $5 registration?
I have had no complaints. I had no complaints about the cooking programs being a $5 supply fee either.
That is awesome.
And
Very
the
good.
last one, we did the tea time one, filled up pretty quickly, and we had 40 people. One person was sick and couldn't come, but then one person came who was on the wait list just to see if they could get in, and they did, so we had 40.
Wow.
So I think that was the
Wow.
first time we've ever actually had everybody come to the program
Wow.
that registered. So
That's
it was
awesome.
nice, yeah, and it was a really great program. So yeah. Do you guys have any questions for me? Oh, we're doing trivia every week too, but
Oh, yeah.
like I realized it after I printed out 100 of these and I redid it like 18 times. I was like, Sam, I'm like, I did not put the trivia in the booklet.
That's all right.
He's like,
You
I
can put it
swear I
online.
saw it in there. I'm like,
Just do something
there's
at the beginning of
flyers.
summer.
Sam did
and-
like
yeah.
flyers and a poster, and we posted online anyway. So we are also doing trivia.
Very good.
Sam and Andy have a lot of fun with that.
They do. Andy especially loves to find like the weird questions that stump everybody, and then I get the why was the trivia so hard this week? And I'm like, blame Andy. Thank you.
Well,
guys.
Thank you.
Agenda item 6, Finance Committee. Now, is Mike gonna do the whole Finance Committee thing, or are we just gonna?
Yeah,
Okay, go for it.
okay. So, first thing, we'll look at invoices for Fund 15. Now, who went through these with you?
Nobody.
Nobody? Okay.
So if there's anything that you see that you're questioning, I mean, we added them up, they all add up.
Right.
But
We did look at them.
We did look at them, but we didn't like. If anybody has any questions.
Is the, okay,
On the Fund 15.
Yeah, I'll ask for a motion to approve the invoices for
I
Fund
will.
15 of
I will.
$17,805.73.
I'll second.
Okay, that was Annie and Michelle. Any other questions about those? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? Okay, motion carries.
Okay, Fund 16, relatively short.
I make a motion we approve.
And I'll second it.
All right. Wait, Doris, I'm sorry. Annie and Doris. So US Cellular's on there,
Yes.
is it because we?
Because we finally caught up. With
Gotcha.
the extra payment, it
Gotcha.
finally caught up.
Okay. All righty. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? Motion carries.
Okay, I'm just gonna go through the summary
Okay.
that Alan put together. April report represents just a little bit more than a third of the year. Expenditures are under budget. A couple of things, interdepartment allocation of $4,490 was not in the statement, so it was added onto the spreadsheet. And then library materials, $5,060 expense for April, when as last month's year-to-date expenses was short $781, so Alan added the $781 to the month of March on the spreadsheet. And other than that, expenditures were as anticipated. Any questions on anything that you might have seen in Fund 15?
Just, do we have it straight with the interdepartmental and the cleaning and all of that? Are we
The cleaning's
getting
out of
the
sundry.
right?
The cleaning comes out of the sundry contractors, and that's been spot on every month.
Okay,
We don't quite understand the interdepartmental allocation.
yes, that's
Um,
what,
we don't really quite understand when it shows up, and I
Was
said
it
that's gonna be a
for-
city. It's for the,
I mean,
it's for Mike and
Mike
Weekend
and,
Bob.
okay, all right.
Um,
Is it
and
correct?
It's the correct amount.
Okay.
I mean, at least I should say, it seems
When
like
it
the-
shows up, yeah,
It seems like
okay.
the correct amount.
All right, we should keep an eye on that maybe,
yeah.
just to
Okay.
somehow. Okay, thank you.
And then,
Oh, and then the 781, Alan and I think, this is what we think. We think that sometimes I print the reports up
Yeah.
early before they quite finish doing the posting. So one of the things we talked about was, I'm gonna try to wait until the 15th.
well, it's kind of hard when you're going to have a meeting on the 20th.
Yeah,
Well, for
You
sure.
know, normally
Yeah.
we're not a week early, and I'm
Right,
sure
right.
that's what
That's-
happens.
yeah,
some of
that's
us
what
here.
happens, so,
So in those months where we're a week early, we're going to have that issue.
and
Okay.
only Alan would
Yes.
catch that.
Right.
It's like, wow.
That's why he does
Why
what he
he's the
does.
treasurer, yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
And then on Fund 16, revenue is about 30% of the budget. Expenditures a little bit more. You know, a lot of the stuff that's coming out of Fund 16 is not like Fund 15, where you have a lot of regular,
Right.
big item, regular things where you know it's going to hit pretty close to the budget. You know, you're going to have stuff that's going to be up and down, or
Yep.
first comes in and then it's, you know, it's just more variable, right?
right.
And for example, like furniture,
Mm-hmm,
you know, you purchase it and then you don't see anything else for the rest
True.
of the year, and then
Right.
all of a sudden it
yeah,
kind of maxes out.
yeah.
Unrestricted contingency. Now, what was the dollar amount on that? Do you know?
2,500.
Okay, it says has not been moved.
Yeah, because I was waiting for the approved, I have to send them,
Okay,
the
Our
minutes.
minutes that
so
were
this is just
approved
more
them,
of a
yes.
footnote.
Yeah, that was a
Yes.
footnote, just to remind me to do that.
Okay. Right, any other questions on 16? And then in my best Alan voice, I have to say, and the cash register report is perfect, as expected.
All
As expected.
yes. Okay. Thank you for going over all that. And then, were you gonna go over any of the other financial reports or just that summary? Yeah.
No, just
Okay.
just the summary.
Okay.
And I think, you know, one of the thing that Alan mentioned when we were meeting as a finance committee is that, you know, the reason why he puts this together is to hit the high stuff so that we don't have to agonize over it.
Yes,
Obviously, we're gonna ask if anybody saw something.
right.
Right, so you do that.
Right,
But I know even when the finance committee was going through the budget, and Doris says, are we gonna go through every line? And I even said, you know, if we keep doing this, we're gonna be here till 8:00.
yeah.
And so it's real easy to get stuck in the weeds
Yeah.
Yep.
with the stuff.
Yep.
So,
Just making
You know-
sure. So did anybody see anything else in any of the other pages of the financial, the treasurer's report?
I was just impressed at how thorough it does get gone through.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So then, Mike, do you want to discuss the meeting that you had, the finance committee meeting on the 16th?
sure. So Terry, Jennifer, myself, who else was
Yes.
there?
Alan.
Doris.
Alan,
Alan,
yeah.
of course, yeah. We met last week, Thursday, and we went through things with the budget. There were probably some big things that came out, like for Fund 15, reciprocal borrowing. At one point in time, it looked like reciprocal borrowing was going to be on one of these downward slopes where
Yes.
we weren't going to have the revenue. And then Jennifer explained that because there was an increased amount of money that McFliss had to like parse out to the libraries, that now the amount of money that we were getting as a result of the reciprocal borrowing activity that we did happened to be more.
Right.
So same portion, like same proportion, just a bigger pie.
Gotcha.
So that's where the increased dollars came in.
Okay.
Which is going to be a benefit.
Sure.
We talked about types of things that we would want to do going forward in funding a growing library.
Mm.
And some of the things on a financial standpoint that are going to be really important in our work with the strategic plan. So, you know, the community conversations, while it's not necessarily going to be like, how much do you love the library? But how important is the library to you? Because that type of communication then needs to go to the city when we're talking about, okay, how are you going to fund us? We're going to be doing a lot of capital work where we're going to be paying down the fund balance, simply because when you look at what we have to do and you look at what our budget is, we're short because there's stuff that has to be taken care of that, you know, fortunately we do have the fund balance to be
Right.
able to take care of those things. And so a number of the things that Jennifer has put together for kind of capital plans, like for 2025, you know, we already know which fund balances we're going to be pulling from. So I mean, we're covered that way. A number of things that we still are kind of up in the air. We don't really know because the city controls, like, you know, we can take a swag and what's the increase in salary is going to be, and we kind of anticipate, okay, how much money are we going to be able to do on investments, and how much is it going to cost for utilities and stuff, the big
Right,
ticket stuff. So I think that we've got a really good handle on that. I know one of the things that, well, you know, and you heard the ladies talking about the stuff that they're doing with, you know, with all the different programs, that you have materials for programs. All right, so a balance between what we budget and what the foundation can support. That's probably going to be a really big thing, and you know, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And whether it's paying for people to come in and run the programs, or be part of the programs, or the materials, you want to offer those things to the community and you want to keep it fresh. You don't want it to be the same stuff all the time. And you know, we talked about what about all the times when people want to get at a particular program and they can't. Well, how successful do we want to be? Right? How much additional how much do we want to grow? Understanding that, you know, we have to make sure that we can be good stewards in funding that as well. And probably the only thing out of Fund 16 was that we knocked the amount of money that we anticipate getting from fines down by like a third.
Okay.
People are just returning their stuff, or they're just not taking as many books out. Which one do you think it is?
I think it's easy to renew. You
It's
know.
very easy
Because
to
you can do it
renew.
online now.
I've been
It's
renewing.
so much
Yeah.
easier.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I can't read a book until you.
You get the email.
Right,
I mean,
to the text.
Yep.
I get the text and it says, do you want to renew? I say yes, and it's,
Right.
there
Yep.
it goes, they're renewed.
Yeah.
How do you get the text?
I don't think I
Shop,
can.
you can put your number in. You want me to put yours in?
Please.
I think I need to do that too.
Yeah, it's really nice.
See,
Because
I don't think.
I
I
don't want it
text.
to
I get the
take
email.
35 seconds. I want it to take 5 seconds.
Right? Even easier.
But I do have a little off topic. I apologize. So you can't change like the phone number through the app. So I get overdue not overdue, but reminders all the time. I'm like, okay, Mary, Ronell, everybody go check your books. Somebody's got a book that's due, you know, because I can't, and they have their own library card on their app, but there's no, they can't change anything on that app to switch anything. I think it may be, and we just always forget when they come in, but some feedback for
Okay.
whoever does that, so.
Why don't you just delete it and start over?
Well, I don't need to delete it, it has their library card number in it, but you can't,
But do they have a phone?
yes.
Well, then why don't they just have their own account?
They're still minors.
Well, like, my phone is associated with their library card.
Because they're still minors, right?
I don't know, like,
You can put their phone numbers in their records and then they'll get,
but not on the app. That's what I'm saying. You can't
Delete
update
it,
the
start
profile. I would do the same thing. I'd put in their library card and it would be my phone number.
I do worry.
So, anyways,
oh,
okay,
no.
let's finish up with the financial.
I do
So anyway,
on a
so-
financial topic.
Yeah, Alan did a really good job also in kind of laying out the library capital requests and then what the fund balance is going to look like
After some of these.
going forward all the
Yeah.
way out to 2030.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
boilers, air chiller, I mean, you know, there are some things that are going to be taken care of by the city or hopefully,
Right.
but then there's just going to be some stuff that's going to be part of, you know, and it would be one thing if they were asking us to pay for it and then we'd have to try to find the money, but the money is there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So kudos to the Buildings and Grounds group for putting this stuff together and kind of laying out a plan for when these things are likely to need to be done, so that, you know, we can at least have an idea of, but like come 2030, it probably won't be much in the way of fund balance, just looking at the money that we have today, assuming that there would be no additional dollars that would come in.
Well, and that brings up an interesting point of, you know, for the past, how many years has the city been on us to pay down that fund balance? But guess what? Now we actually have the money to do what we need to do. So how then going forward from here, do we always maintain a balance to take care of some of these major things, and we're not running into the, oh my gosh, we need a new fill in the blank and we have no money and
Well,
no
and
fund
how-
balance, so,
And we
and what's,
rely on the foundation so much. What if the foundation didn't have such a
Yeah.
successful fall fundraiser? And they couldn't
Right.
supply the library with what it needed, and then it had to come out of budget.
so I think down the line, putting together something to show the city or whatever that, yes, our fund balance is growing, but this is why, and,
Well, that, you know, the
you know.
financials and I think all the other stuff with the strategic plan,
Right.
when that gets put together, that,
yeah,
you know, and then when you lay out, okay, for 5 years,
Yeah.
this is like, so you're not hearing the message when it gets to be a crisis.
Right.
You're hearing it ahead of time so
Right.
that there's good planning that goes on,
yeah.
right?
Because you can't always count on donations. And we really do. We count on the foundation essentially.
Right. Any,
So that's it for that meeting.
gotcha, okay, thank you. Anything else related to the finance committee, treasurer's report
Nope.
from you? Any
Good.
questions? Anybody? Great. Okay, we're gonna move on to new business, and we will look at the challenge materials policy. I think this can be quick and easy since we just looked at it 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago.
Now,
And I-
assuming that based on other policies that we looked at, where there were any notations that were in red, there was no suggested changes to it?
That's what I was just gonna say.
There's no
Karen.
highlighting, right? So we're good?
There's
Yeah.
none. Carrie and I looked at it and was like,
Okay.
And I
Did
make a
anybody
motion
here?
Nothing new has come up in the last couple of years where you would say, oh, now that we've got a new situation where now we have
nope, no.
Then I make a motion to
Reaffirm.
reaffirm
to. Nice job.
the challenged materials policy.
I will second it. That was Doris and Maria. Any other questions or comments on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstain? Motion carries. Okay, Michelle, what's going on with the council related to the library, or?
Related to library, nothing that I'm aware of at this
But
exact
anything,
With the library.
yes,
Cap it
yeah, kept it there.
Yeah, they will be here till 3 a.m. just like a council.
I know,
meeting.
right? Unless there's something super exciting you want to tell us about, but
Always.
that's fine. Always. Okay.
Not while
Never
we're
a dull moment.
Well, thank you. Thank
You're
you very much. And then Annalee is not here, and
Did we
because
skip what happened at the buildings and grounds meeting?
I think that's down.
Oh,
that's
that's
down
for
next.
the next
Sorry,
one.
next.
Sorry,
So no,
jumping
we didn't-
ahead,
we
jumping
didn't- We
ahead.
didn't skip it.
And Annalee usually gets me a report when she anticipates being gone, but this was unanticipated, so she does not have a report. Now we will go to the buildings and
Oh, I
grounds.
see, there's a thing.
And
Annie,
let's
do
see.
you want to cover that?
Sure. So as we always do, we did our walkthrough, which you will see
Some.
the chart. Things actually looked really pretty good in general.
Mhm.
A lot of stuff from last year's list the progress was excellent. There are a couple things that are still need to be worked on. And that's pretty much it. You can look and see if anybody has anything that they have concerns about, please let us know.
What is that noise that is in the children's department?
Okay, so Joe said that it's the boiler or the air. It's
Slowly
the air.
dying?
No, it's the
Okay.
coming from the motor, he said, but I said, is this a bad noise? He said, no. He said, you're hearing it because we're at that in-between temperature stage. So like
So
if
it's
it
always
was in,
cycling, you know?
so if it was in full-blown heat mode, we wouldn't hear it, but it's because we're in,
Oh, okay.
it could also be that the motor's going, but anyway.
I was
Let's
looking
go
for the
with-
pretty colors. We have this red, yellow, and green up on top, but there's nothing red, yellow, or green anywhere.
It's brand new.
This is brand
Like,
new.
oh my god,
It
it
was-
sounds like a
it's-
pencil.
Like,
sketch
I'm
or
surprised
something
it was
going.
even
So nothing
included.
started?
Nothing started. We had the meeting last week.
Yeah. I haven't even given Joe the list yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple things to note is the ceiling tile collapse in the ladies' room,
I heard, yeah, I read that.
which thank God
Yeah,
nobody was
thank goodness.
injured.
That would have been bad.
Um,
And that was not from what rain, by the way.
No.
Great.
That was from the valve leaking.
yeah, and
Wait, is it the same valve that leaked over the?
Want to talk about is the book drops. Can we get new book drops?
So this is
Because you think they're too hard to put books in.
It's.
something doesn't work great with
I
them.
saw a lady. I was dropping
The
books
reason
on.
why the curb is all black
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
God.
is
because
people trying to get close
So
enough so they
close
can
to it.
actually
It's
put it
a
in without
tire,
having to
ruining
open
their
their door.
tires.
I watched a lady. I was behind her. She pulled up. She opened her door to get out to put the book in, but she was too close to open her door to get out. So then she closed her door, and then she drove forward and moved out. And then she went to get her book, and then she dropped her book.
Oh my god.
And I was sitting there like,
Just have a camera there to laugh all
yeah,
day.
like you could.
You're in camera.
So that's just one of my. But that's awful.
A redesigned.
I mean,
Yeah.
you just have to.
That sounds like a perfect
If they had a-
foundation donation.
They had each had like a chute that extended, but
That
then
ex-
people would scrape their cars, and then I don't know.
Well,
Like there's
What
a
do other
fine
people
line.
have?
Anna Lee was talking about Cedarburg's library as like a conveyor belt that pops out and you put your book
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
West House has that. Those are.
Oh,
Yeah, because some
Those are
of
the
them they don't.
automatic-
Kinda like,
people
uh,
don't check them
Like
in,
how
right?
much?
I don't know. Our room back there isn't even large
Kinda
enough
like a
to.
bank.
That sounds like a Max A SAS project.
Annalise working on Max ASAS. Because
Uh,
our room, the book
The-
drop room is not big enough to support.
We talked about that a couple years ago. The conveyor thing,
And because it's
yeah.
a fire, it's a fire rated room, we can't like bust open walls or anything to make it larger.
Mhm.
So we have to figure out something we can do within that little area.
Sorry for getting off topic. And then the other thing was the carpeting bids, which hadn't
Yes.
all come in. So we're having another meeting to decide on that next week.
That I will not be in attendance for. Perfectly.
Any questions?
She will recuse
I'm
herself.
sorry you don't have your fancy colors, but it's a brand new.
For good
list.
reason.
No, it says you did a good job with this.
As always, you guys just do
Jennifer did the
amazing.
list. We just. did
Well,
that.
no, you do an amazing job, like
I had fun
walking
walking
through.
around with her
Yeah,
being the
yeah.
guide.
Yeah.
And Jennifer, I didn't smell the smell.
Okay, yeah. I think it's the vent. I think it's an outdoor
There
smell
was
that
a
gets.
wonky smell, like when you're coming out of the children's section and going along the wall towards coffee.
The urine.
Yeah.
Did you say urine? That's what Annalise said. I didn't think it was urine. Did you? Have
No,
you
I
smelled
haven't smelt it. It's just my guess that
I-
it
but
always smells
it's
like
always, right?
Yeah.
it? It's just wonky, like a wonky smell.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's just
So by that display case there,
it's
or
like
the-
By the
where
copier.
that-
copier room.
As
Yeah.
you're walking
before
that
you get
curve.
into the
But-
copy room.
Yeah, but it's not like an ink copy smell.
No, it's not like a toner
Like a carbon,
smell.
yeah.
But that's
And it
also
was funny
Brown
because
is
we
over
walked
there.
by and I was like, "Did you just smell that?" And then we walked back and we were
Oh, dear.
like,
Yeah. And it was like a game of Clue. We found a weapon.
"Yeah."
Right.
Not a real weapon. I should rephrase that. Like a really nice clippers, or what do you call
Oh yeah, hedge
it? Or
trimmer.
long bait.
You found a hedge
trimmer
trimmer in there?
Yes, randomly, you know.
It was outside by the
We
bushes.
don't know if it was planted.
Oh, it
no
was by the
pun
bushes.
intended, Or
There was a hedge trimmer by the.
Yeah, we brought it. Annalise.
expensive one.
Yeah, an expensive, a nice one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I said, I bet you somebody came to clip hydrangeas in fall, and
Oh.
somebody came by and they ran.
For like
That's
Could
what that was
be.
to
my
dry
guess.
them.
They are
Yeah.
very
No,
pretty.
They are
very
really,
pretty.
yeah.
Ours now.
So, any questions?
Put them in the tool. Check them out.
That's
Right,
right.
right.
Say right away. And then somebody from the DPW comes, hey, that's familiar.
Alrighty, well, thank you again for your
You're
hard work on that, awesome, and obviously keep us updated regarding the flooring, carpeting situation. All right, Mike and Doris, strategic plan.
As soon as we meet, we'll have something to tell you.
Excellent.
When was your last meeting?
Oh, we met one
No, you
day
met-
after the meeting.
You met the
that
day
week.
after our last meeting.
Yep.
So you
Talked
owe us a
about the
report.
yeah.
It can be very
That's the
brief,
rule.
though.
Yes.
Yeah.
As brief as you met the day after our
What kind of
last
snacks
board
did you
meeting.
have?
It's where
Pizza.
we had pizza.
Okay, there we
Really
go.
good. We talked
It was
about
really
the-
surprising for being pizza.
Well,
Pizza Hut.
our-
We talked about the different type of people
Pizza?
that use the library
okay,
And live in Franklin.
and live in
Okay.
Franklin. We went
We went heavy on the demographics.
Nice.
heavy on the demographics.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Down to the district, or?
No,
Not quite
just
down to
types
the district,
of
just
the types of people that live in Franklin, the amounts of money they make, and we talked about
The
like
ages.
Income, median,
Geo-
how, I mean, all the different types of,
data they
and
collect.
Select.
geographically where Franklin sits as far as counties and
Mhm.
other libraries and
Did Rachel have that data? Because I remember last time we met, that was something that the consultant had all
Yeah,
that
she
data
had all
from
that.
the last census and all that.
Yeah.
So I feel
Mhm.
that would make a very interesting and educational presentation to the council and the mayor and city administrator.
Probably.
yeah,
So-
I honestly feel like it's very outdated just
Oh,
because
already.
it's already like 3 years or
Oh.
whatever, and I feel like there's a lot of things
Mhm.
that have changed in
Okay.
just
Already.
3 years.
really,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
like what?
As far as I feel like Franklin is changing. I feel like younger families and stuff are moving into Franklin since those 3 years, and I feel like
The
we've
cultural
had
diversity.
it. There's a lot more cultural diversity in Franklin. There's a lot higher of the Indian population in Franklin than there were 3 years
Mhm.
ago.
Really?
Every
Mhm.
house that's sold in our neighborhood in the past 3 years, I shouldn't say every, because one, has sold to a I don't know the correct terminology,
Asian.
so
one.
forgive me.
Asian.
East Asian
Well,
districts.
it just, I live in a rather original Franklin neighborhood.
What neighborhood
Everybody
are you
is
in?
white European, and every single house that's sold in our neighborhood in the past 2 years has not been sold to white European.
Where are you again in D5?
6, right off 122nd in
right.
Rawson. Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, and that's since the last census, which is where this information probably comes, but it's a good starting point.
Yeah.
There was
Absolutely.
some information that was
Yep.
newer than the last census, but
Do the schools keep demographic information that they
Yes,
are allowed
and
to
we talked
share?
about
So
that.
And we've gotten that.
okay,
yeah,
good.
From the
we've gotten
school.
that.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
talked
I'd be
about that.
interested in our district, I should say, Doris, has a large population as well. I think because a lot of doctors
Patron, there is a
reside in our
Jaguar
district that
in
are.
the parking
Oh,
lot.
that's
Oh, I
mine.
gotta go.
The lights on.
Yeah, I know. That's mine. It's a black.
No, wait, it's mine. No.
Right.
Well, and I think even it was funny though because there was also a lot of conflicting information
Mhm.
because
Was
the health
it?
department had different numbers than
Really?
the numbers she had, and the school had different numbers in
Really?
comparison.
I do kind of remember that from last time too. It
Huh.
depended on who was collecting data on what. Right.
I mean, we were purely looking at census data.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
But it was, I mean,
I agree. I don't think that the cultural diversity was reflected in
Yeah.
the age, probably, because I feel like
we
do
have a very high population
age.
of older
Well, we have now
citizens.
2, if not no, all those of the senior living centers that inflates not inflates it, but that
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
it
know
does,
the,
yeah.
you know.
So
And
yeah,
both
I think
have
that's
theirs.
mostly really what we talked about,
I
right?
got into groups. We had to like do role playing almost.
Yeah.
We would call it,
Okay.
where we pick a
Types of
type
patrons.
of patron who might use the library
Mm,
and
okay.
what kind of obstacles they might find
Right,
using
right.
the library.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was kind of fun.
Yep, that was.
When's your next meeting?
May 28th.
Thanks. I'm
What's for dinner then?
It's
Yeah,
always,
and are we welcome?
it's always a surprise. I think I've
Always
got your
a
number, I
surprise.
can let you know.
What time do we have that one?
5 o'clock?
That one I started a little bit
5:30.
earlier.
I have 5 on the.
Oh, there it is, 5 p.m. in Fayetteville.
Yep. Okay.
Now,
And
one
that's
of the
the one
things,
I'm
one of
not
the things
coming
that I
to.
did kind of push back on, and this comes from me being the statistics teacher,
Mm-hmm.
is when you're talking about picking people for a community comment, you have to be very, very careful that all of a sudden you don't have a biased group.
Mm-hmm.
Where now it's, as hard as you try to make it variable, how can you do things where you invite people just totally at random, it's just like, we like to get your input,
Right.
from the library, and
Well, I was wondering.
do enough of those where then you find out, from individuals, hopefully you get a percentage of the people that are part of the community comments that also match up with,
I'll take a few
Right.
more. I have
Okay,
them in my stroller
if
to
I'm-
hand out to people on our walks.
Can I take some?
if I'm now
more?
looking at,
Oh, yeah.
like what percent of the population in the city of Franklin does not use the library, you would like to have kind of a representation on the people that are making comments of people who don't use the library.
I have a few people that I haven't gotten to their houses yet, but that I don't think do, that I'm gonna go talk to and specifically talk to them to ask them to come because
Right.
they're in those age gaps that we've identified through the strategic planning and in our board meetings that
In your
don't
neighborhood?
tend to, that don't tend to use the library very much. Or are like the working but don't have children,
Right.
don't have like the high needs
Mm-hmm.
of the library is lots of things as we've discussed, but
Right.
just are in the group that tend not to come a lot because I'm like, I'm gonna try to get those people to also come and maybe they'll identify
That's a good idea.
some reasons as to why what
Mm-hmm.
we could do to get them here.
Do you want all of us at these meetings? Or if we can make it?
You don't have, no.
That would be interesting, but
I mean, you can come and, you can come and observe.
Tuesday council probably. Wednesday.
Are
Interesting. Are they being recorded?
The community conversations, I could.
Maybe we should just for, well, I don't know, if we just jot down notes, you probably don't have to.
Yeah, either way. If you jot down notes that can be shared, that's good too.
what did Rachel have in mind? What do you?
Yeah.
Me?
Okay. Was Rachel going to record them for her own purposes?
Not that I know of.
Okay. All right.
Maybe
And-
she is.
Oh, actually, yeah.
She might also be at, like they
Sure,
were
sure.
the
Taking
Yep,
last
yep,
time,
essentially.
taking them. But, recording them would not be a bad idea.
Okay. Who would you like to see besides people who don't use the library at these? Who should we be focusing
I'm
on?
gonna make us some teams.
There is no focus, you just want
Yeah, it's anybody and everybody, right?
You
It's
want to
community.
get, you want to
Yep.
get all age groups.
Yep.
You want to get the
Okay.
fact that we have a larger, non-white population.
Mhm.
Are going out. You want to make sure that they're represented, right?
Right.
So when you look at who all is there, likely we're going to want to get some information about them.
Right.
Just for the purposes of our planning.
Sure.
We're not being nosy. This is
Little
just
bit of everybody.
we need to have a little bit of demographic. What's your age range? And some other things in there, so we kind of have an idea.
I don't think
So,
we're asking that,
do
are
they
we?
have these at the book club tonight so that the book club members can each
tonight's
get one of
their
these?
tots,
Are
thank
they
Yeah.
gonna give them at the children's just maybe some of the
Yes,
programs
they
in the
are
next
going to
couple
be
weeks?
handing them out at the programs.
Doing-
Especially the adult, yeah.
You're welcome to bring a huge stack of them to City Hall tomorrow night because we're expecting a couple hundred people again. You can hand them out.
There
That
we
might be,
go. That would be a good, yeah.
no soliciting on government property, but it's not like
It's not solicited.
We're not-
exactly. So that
Ah.
you
We're
know
not selling it.
Right.
exactly.
We're buying.
What time is the meeting?
Probably
6:30 till 3 a.m. I
So
suspect
appealing.
the
You
last
just have to be there at the beginning to hand them out.
not the fireworks one last week, but the one week before we adjourned at 2:44 a.m. And tomorrow night, I'm expecting, if we get done by 2:30, I'll be shocked.
All
Why do you
right.
think I'm aging every time you see me? I look 10 years older.
All right, thank you guys for your report. For my report, I just want to remind you guys that.
Did we just say 6:30? Sorry.
Yes, 6:30, but you'd want to come earlier. I will be in licensing prior to that, so I would help you hand them out, but
Yeah.
I'll be having my hands full there.
I can give
Okay.
you more. I can make more.
I mean, that's really not a bad idea. We're expecting a lot of the Franklin High School students that came last time, if you were aware of that. during
No,
the
we can talk
citizen-
about it
Yeah, we can
after.
talk after.
Perfect. Well, sounds like an opportunity. All right. For my report, I just want to remind you that we received an email about the concerts in the park, and if we want to help out with that, did that just come to me?
I thought I sent that to everybody.
You know what?
Yeah.
It was blank.
Oh.
Comp, so I don't know who
Oh,
it all went to.
IBCC.
Was it to everybody
Yeah,
on the
it was
board?
to everybody on the
So
board.
if any of us board members would like to help out at the library table that will be at the concerts at the park, just look for that email. Came a couple weeks ago, I think.
Can you resend it by chance if you would? To me?
Yeah,
Thank
why don't you
so
do
much.
that? I was with some community members today, and they very specifically wanted to know if the library could do an ongoing literacy program, basically an ESL type of thing. And I said, no, we don't really have the staffing to do an ongoing literacy program, but we have had literacy services in here before, but something, and I'll bring this up when I attend the community conversations, is something that, that should be done if we have these populations that literacy, they are seeing, the people I was with today were seeing a need for that. So they wanted me, since they knew I was coming tonight, to bring that. And then another something to tuck in the back of our minds, the Muskego Library does a book club at Eagle Park Brewing Company.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I wanna go
So
to that.
when we're talking about populations that maybe aren't using the library in traditional ways, I could see that ideas like that, an idea like that. So
It has come
just,
up.
I'm sure. So those are just some things, that were library related this month for me. Okay, Jen. Library director report.
I forgot to show, I was going to show bringing this, Rowan brought this home today from kindergarten because it's their last week. It's library bingo, and Franklin's on here to visit all your different libraries
really neat.
within,
Oh, that is very cool.
within, I forget what they said, within like 15 minutes of their school.
Oh, how fun.
Uh-huh. So it encourages you to go to all the libraries. I thought,
Oh,
oh my
that's
gosh,
cute.
I'm going to bring that to the
What
board
a fun
meeting.
idea.
That is great.
Well, you read through. One thing I'll tell you about that happened today. The hatch was open on the roof where you go up to the little
Yep.
heating building up on the roof.
That's not good.
It
No,
wasn't me,
so
I
there was
swear.
quite a bit
I
of
was
rain
kidding
that
when
came
we
in
did
through
that.
that.
You're right, yeah. We discussed
So-
going up there during our walk around.
When you were doing your walkthrough, did you look in that?
I looked up it.
I
I
wanted to
thought
go
I
up
could
it.
see daylight,
You do?
but I didn't
Yeah.
think anything of it.
Was there any
really.
water from rain?
Yeah, quite a bit. And we don't know when it was left open.
I
And you guys toured last Tuesday. So
Yeah.
that's so
But it wasn't
almost a week
like,
ago.
we would have mentioned it,
wasn't,
if it was
like,
real obvious.
obvious, but I thought it was like
Yeah, I
brighter
bet you
up
it was
there than it
because the
should have
last
been.
time Joe remembers opening it for anybody was May 8th. May 8th. That was
Did
so we're
Johnson
gonna-
Controls maybe access that?
No, we
yet?
had somebody. He had somebody from the Cross Connect.
Okay, all right.
Something else that
Okay.
went up there. So we think that it's possible it was left open that whole time. So we're gonna have to start checking. He's gonna put it on a.
Good thing you don't have some
Automatically.
squirrels running around.
Yeah, good
That we
thing.
Not
know
that we know of, yeah.
That we know
That
of.
noise.
Right? Carrie
That
can
noise
just
after
count them
all.
here.
She could.
Carrie can just count them running around here.
There we
So
go.
Joe did a lot of
I
cleanup this
thought it
today.
was like lighter than it
I
should.
know,
And
now
then
they have-
Emily started talking about climbing up the ladder, and then I was just okay. I'm out of here.
Yeah, it wasn't. I just thought it was how it was supposed to be, kind
Yeah.
of like we didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't look that
I've
much.
never
I
been
mean, we would
I
have
haven't
mentioned
either.
it.
I know.
Oh boy.
Okay, sorry about that.
No. So anyway, that's the new thing for today. Joe spent a lot of time cleaning it up. Fortunately, not much damage except it took out some filters, but they're not the filters for the HVAC. They're the filters that go in these.
And we didn't notice any water, did we? I didn't see
Oh,
any
no.
water or anything like that that
No.
would have drawn our attention.
But there were a couple of big rainstorms like Thursday and
Yeah.
today.
Oh my
And then
goodness.
this
The
morning-
tornado.
Just
The
a tornado.
tornado.
Nobody was back there since Thursday though that noticed water?
I guess not. No.
That's weird.
No birds
No.
flying around in here.
So anyway,
Think
it's
about it.
fortunately it wasn't too bad.
Bad.
Anything else that you read that you want to talk about?
Do we need to have on the agenda a discussion about hoopla?
Not yet. Well, I mean, I guess we could. The next month.
Just so we make a go, no-go decision that you can provide us with exactly how expensive it's getting.
How much use it's getting? Why the
Uh,
librarians
Well, that's the
think,
problem.
I know, think it's, yeah.
It's getting a lot of use.
When does the county, when will they make that decision? Like, is that,
Oh, like if they decide not to, it won't be for 2025.
okay, gotcha.
It would be beyond. So,
Okay.
Wait, what decision?
like to stop
Whether to
funding it.
stop funding.
Oh, hoopla. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ballpark, how much is it a year?
Oh my gosh. Well, they put in like a lot of money. 250,000 they put in, and then we put in, all the libraries put in a certain amount. I think Franklin puts in 8,000.
But that's for all of the usage.
That's for all of it, everybody,
yeah.
Milwaukee, everywhere in the county. Yeah.
So they put in 250 grand?
You know, let me bring the numbers next
Okay,
month.
good idea. Yep. Okay. Yo, and then, yeah, the milkman game too, that would be another opportunity for us, as we always have tried to be involved in that too, as board members, so.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to buy a ticket.
Oh, we do that?
It's so
Yes.
funny. Last year we didn't. I ended
No,
up.
is that
I
new?
bought a ticket last year, but as
Oh.
long as we came early, they let us in. I feel.
Did that change?
I think it was
talked
kind of
to
like-
Steve Taylor a lot.
Okay,
Unfortunately.
They said we had. They said we
I
had
can-
to buy the ticket, so like I did, but then
Right.
we just walked in.
okay. I know the year before we had to buy tickets, but whatever.
I suppose we should.
At least it goes to help them.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
that's
Well,
the
that's what
thing.
I figured. Well,
Yeah,
I'm helping
tickets.
the library
Oh.
anyhow, and I just bought like a
Right.
cheap one.
Any other questions?
Oh,
Then the at a glance, every number in every category was up over last year.
that
It
was
was
my question. I
solid
was
yellow.
assuming these were all positive
Yeah,
numbers,
these are
not-
all positive.
And they would be marked negative. I've never seen a negative, so I guess on the old form every once in a while, but.
Are we gonna have to color code it?
No, unless Mike, do you want to color code? Okay.
Now, you know, the issues that we were mentioning with the book drops, and the problems that we had in the winter time with the lockers, do we have any problems with like these torrential rains that we have with the lockers at all?
Their water does get in them. If it's a driving rain, so it has to be coming from a certain direction. That's why we put plastic, we put
Everything in plastic
in a
bags.
in a plastic
Yeah.
bag that we get donated.
Yeah.
So we're just reusing them. So yeah, they're not waterproof.
Which is just so silly.
My mailbox isn't either, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we had good
Oh,
use.
I get
We've had great use this morning. This morning when I came in, Marcia was out there putting books in the locker, and she got a big stack. I mean, she had
Yeah.
a lot that she was putting in, so it is well used.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that's it for me. Unless
Okay.
anybody has any questions.
Any questions for Jennifer? Okay, Annie, do you want to give a report on the foundation?
Sure. As Carrie was talking about the citizen science program, we funded that. The milkman game we've already talked about. Jennifer was talking about how popular the zoo passes were, so
Mm.
we slid through another zoo pass
Very nice.
donation. The literary lunch is not going to be a literary lunch. And I'm gonna let Jennifer explain that too, because I still don't understand that.
So Laura had a little focus group of people from the, literary luncheon, and some who didn't come to the literary luncheon, to kind of talk to them about what things could we change, what did they not like about it. And some of the feedback that she got was that it was too expensive at $65 a ticket. It was during a time when people couldn't go. This was during the day, which kept a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's always my big complaint.
Yes.
Yeah.
They assume that because it's a particular thing that somebody's gonna be able to come during the dance. Like, why do you do
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
agree.
So they changed it to, it's gonna be John Gerda, who's gonna talk about, I think, Brewtown Tales. So stories about Milwaukee, and it'll be in the evening on October 3rd. I don't have the exact start time, we're gonna be meeting to firm up the details.
So is it just going to
Soon.
be a program or a fundraiser? or is
It's
it
going to be
gonna-
a fundraiser. We are gonna have tickets.
Right.
We are
yeah.
going to sell beer and wine.
Okay. Okay.
And we're gonna have,
Well, if he's talking Brewtown, you darn well better. be
Yeah.
there.
And it's gonna be at Phaedro.
it's gonna be in Phaedro, so we will save the money from renting the Polish Center.
Right.
Oh, that's a big one.
And one of the focus group said they thought the Phaedro room was a really
Yeah.
nice
Well, it's a library thing.
facility.
Yeah.
So, and we'll have, again, haven't firmed it up, but we'll have food,
Mm-hmm.
but it just won't be, might just be desserts, it might be appetizers and
Right.
desserts, it might,
Okay.
October 3rd, you said?
Yep.
Is there a Franklin restaurant that we have a good relationship that might want to cater it and promote themselves, but maybe, something
Well,
like that?
Honey Butter.
Something like, or, yeah.
Honey Butter's reached
Butter.
out to me about
Okay.
catering.
Yeah, or a couple of them, I don't know. But anyway, okay.
And I think that's all I've got, right?
What?
Yeah. When we talked about our fundraisers coming up, which I think I've told you guys about, the holiday, we're gonna try a holiday decor sale in early November,
Yes.
where people can
Oh,
bring
that's
things
right.
that they no
Yeah.
longer want, and other people can come and buy them.
Bake sale.
Hoping, we're having the
The
bake
Christmas
sale. the
cookie
Christmas
sale,
bake
is that, yeah,
And we're having the winter raffle again.
the calendar
Calendar
raffle?
raffle.
Okay, nice.
So those are the three major fundraisers, other than the baseball game. Because we kind of feel like we've hit, like, these are successful, although we've never tried the holiday decor one.
Mm-hmm.
Better work, because that was my idea. But,
And her Christmas stuff has been sitting in storage
Right.
here
Yeah.
already for 3
I
months.
already cleaned my Christmas stuff out. And my in-laws cleaned their Christmas stuff out because we're
Gotcha.
moving, so.
Excellent.
That donate button on the website, does it go to the foundation? Okay.
Good.
How is that working?
We get some through there.
I wonder if there could be some type of a push with that. Like, every place that you go has become a sustaining member.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Become a sustaining member.
And we say it in our annual letter. We tell people, if, you could become a
who gets the
sustaining
annual
member.
letter?
Certain people who've
Yeah, I've never
already
gotten one.
donated. Oh, I'll put you on the list.
Well, no, but I mean, should it like go to all the residents, or
Well,
I mean,
we-
like, how do you get on the list? How do you determine who's on
if
the
you've
list?
given
what if there's
money
all
before?
these new doctors that have moved into
Right.
Franklin that
I don't know,
should
you know
be
how
on
many,
the list,
how
but
many
aren't.
tickets I've bought and how many, like, whatever, and bake sale items and whatever, and I've never gotten anything from
Oh,
the
well, I meant these
foundation.
are people who've donated like checks, like they've given money. But I can
And
add
see,
you to the
that's,
list.
that's-
if you
yeah.
if you can get somebody
But I've
that
bought
it just
over-
becomes part of their budget, where it's like, okay, it's $5 a month, and then it just comes
Mm-hmm.
out of my checking account that I know the library's. People, you end up getting more money from somebody that way.
But I think if you would do, even the people that all bought the tickets for the calendar raffle, you have everybody's names and stuff.
They do what they win. They get a little letter in their envelope. And we have people that donate their entire winnings back.
Yeah, because I did that. But I mean,
One lady
I've
said-
spent over I've spent over $100 between the two.
One
raffle
lady who
seasons.
won a $50 one, she's like, I didn't buy this so I could win. I just bought it because I wanted to give money to the library.
Well, that
So
might
she
be something
donated
the
it back.
foundation of, feedback for the foundation, Annie,
Yeah.
that if they're only sending these letters out to people that have already donated, where are you gonna get new donors
Right.
from?
I mean, they do crop.
And-
we do
yeah,
get new
so-
donors, and they get added to the list. So the list has grown, and then we target neighborhoods, and then if the people
Okay.
from that neighborhood donate, then we add them to the list,
Gotcha.
and then they
And they
get the
go to
list.
another-
Part of it is they feel they. I know at one time I mentioned that TOSA used to anyway send out to everybody in the city,
That can be expensive though.
and
Not
Dennis
really.
is like that's too expensive. So, but we
But
do
again,
target
if we have
neighborhoods.
a lot of new, do you, let's say there's a new development, a new neighborhood in Franklin, should those people be, that neighborhood be
Well, we did,
targeted?
when we did in our church, we said, okay, anybody that's moved into the Franklin zip code in the last 2 years.
Oh, there you go, a new
You get a
title.
card, it was like 1,000,
Yeah.
1,300 people. So it's manageable that way, and then, they may not know that much about the library. So
Right.
you put some things on there, you put the QR code for the website and other stuff.
I mean,
so
I've got
introduce
a
them.
stack of envelopes in my office right now of new people, new residents.
Okay. Because Every Door Direct too works good and saves a heck of a lot of money.
What's that?
Every Door Direct through the post office. It's what you can do. Like for example, I did it with my campaign literature,
Sure.
and the mailman literally hands it out. You have to categorize it, which is easy to do. My dad did a lot of mine, and then the mailman just simply hands it out. You pay
Sure.
a very reduced postage. I can't recall what I
'Cause it's in
paid
every
for one
box.
district. So I mean, it's a humongous cost savings without a doubt.
I suppose because it's not going through the mail.
Right.
It's
Just that he's got a stack
It's
in
all
his thing.
online,
Yeah.
and you just have to organize it however they want
Okay.
you to organize it. My dad did that.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at-
Yeah.
what
Next
a
week
nice
we can get
dad you
some
have. Right.
Yeah, he's my sign please. Yeah, he's welcome. Yeah.
All right, Annie, thank you for the foundation report. And then Terry is not here. Did he pass on any report for you?
No.
I think we
it's-
got one.
Well, yeah, I can't,
No, the month before.
Yeah.
Before?
right.
The Ojibwa.
Right.
Oh, yeah, right.
Quarter
Corda,
Ray.
Hooray.
Cooteray. Okay, so our upcoming board meetings, the Strategic Plan Committee is meeting on the 28th. Buildings and Grounds, meeting on the 30th. Is that to follow up with the carpeting, hopefully, except for you?
And
Yep.
again, this for the record, I will be abstaining from that meeting.
Excellent,
I will not be
okay,
attending.
okay. And then our next meeting is the 24th. Anyone here know that that's a no-go for them? Okay. Then,
I make a motion, we adjourn.
A second.
Annie and Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? Motion carries. Have a great evening, everybody.
It's 7:34.